What's good, ladies and gents? Adrien here, and we are back with another convention for you guys. This time we are in Wilmingtin, Delaware. It was another early day. Got up at 5 a.m. like I did in the last video. You know, of course I got the cardio in. I got my meals packed for the day too. You know, in the last video I was saying, hey, maybe I'll show you guys what the meal prep is looking like. So I think for this video, not only will you get a look at how the convention today, but you'll see the meals that I'm eating throughout the day. When it comes to traveling and being on the road, I try not to rely on getting my food from other places because I don't know what's going to be at hand. You know, especially when it comes to these conventions, I don't think you're going to find the cleanest of meals. So that's why I have to take it upon myself to pack up these meals and bring them on the road with me so that I can make sure I can keep myself on track when it comes to that nutrition. But ladies and gents, we are here, Wilmingtin, Delaware. It should be a great day. It is beautiful out, but this time we're gonna be inside. As you can see in the background, we already have some cosplayers going. We got the Ghostbusters in action. I'm in action, Jasmine's in action. Anime Arcana, let's go. Say hello.
Howdy.
To the lovely Jasmine. So we've been here for an hour and it's been really good so far. People have been here early. The traffic has been flowing very nice. We've made some good sales. And if you remember in the last video, you know, I said, hey, I'm gonna beat you this time. I'm gonna make more sales than you. Hasn't been the case so far, but your boy was able to have the very first sale of the day today. Very first sale of the day. But she's been blowing me out of the water as far as sales, but yeah, she's a beast. I'm gonna get into my very first meal. This is breakfast today. Normally I like to start off my day, you know, with eggs and oatmeal, but that might be the final meal of the day. Since we left early today, I didn't want to travel around with cooked eggs in my bag. You know, if you got eggs lingering around for too long, they start to smell. So for today's very first meal, I'm having a yogurt bowl. What's your breakfast for today?
Hot chocolate, cold chocolate. It's cold. You want some?
In this yogurt bowl, and it's got some weight to it too, guys. So this is 200 grams of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, a scoop of protein. I got about 200 grams of strawberry in here and 2 cut up kiwis. Don't forget that fruit is a carb source. You know, sometimes we just think of rice, oatmeal, potatoes as carbs, but fruit is one of the healthiest carb sources out there. And because they're so light as far as calories, you can pack in those fruit and have a good amount of it. And fruit is good for those sugar cravings too, so don't be afraid of your fruit.
Howdy, I'm Jasmine. This is where our mini prints are. I put them all here on the left side. At first I was going to put it on the right like the last time, but so now that I purchased these 2 displays right here, they wouldn't fit over there the way we originally had it. So we had to build this little cube right behind. I don't know if you can see it. But this little cube really helped us out. We put like the colorful ones up here and then the 2 new ones down here. And it's a great, I think I want to paint this, but I'm not 100% sure. I want it to like represent the art. I feel like, you know, this is how it's good, how it's going to be now, and I feel like it's great. Up here are all our books. Most of these over here are mine. Up here's are mine. Almost all of it, I guess like 90% on this row is all Adrien's. And here's the stickers. Here's our like traditional works. Here's our stickers. The rest of the prints are right there. We have our clearance. The biggest mistake I made when I first started vending was I only made prints for one anime, and it was Demon Slayer. And I just printed all the characters. Don't get me wrong, it was a really good hit at first, but eventually people were gonna want different things. So now, spent so much money on all of these. But like, it's okay. A lot of people still buy them. It's like on clearance. I feel like the 3 for $5 is like a really good deal. And it also gets them out of my hand. So yeah, that's our table.
All right, guys, we're back with meal number 2.
Hi.
Jasmine's in the back. 6 ounces of ground beef, 10 ounces of sweet potato, and 50 grams of spinach. It's protein in here, healthy fats from the ground beef, 93.7, grass-fed. Good carbs from the sweet potato and spinach. I would say adding vegetables to your meals is a good way to add more value without adding a lot of additional calories. I'm always throwing some kind of veggie or fruit with my meals so that, you know, to increase that volume a little bit. All right, guys, gonna enjoy this one. See y'all for the next one.
Press A1.
Listen, he has a whole lot.
All right, guys, we're back for meal number 3. 6 ounces salmon, 200 grams white rice, and 50 grams of spinach. Again, a simple meal. I've just gotten to the point where I'm pretty much eating the same thing every day. And that helps a lot when it comes time to actually sitting down to portion these meals, because I don't necessarily have to think about what I'm going to eat. The only thing that changes is how much of the food that I'm eating, but it's always relatively the same every single day. Take this one down. I'll see you guys for the next one. Anime Arcana is in the books, and now we are here in a pizzeria, ready for meal number 4. What are we eating today?
Some big old, nice classic cheese pizza.
Some cheese pizza, guys. Look at that.
So
Unfortunately, gang, this is my meal number 4 right here.
yeah.
I will not indulge in this pizza, even though it's right in my face. Jazz is gonna enjoy all of this pizza. She's gonna enjoy it for the both of us.
Yep.
But guys, in the meantime, I will be having my meal, which is 6 ounce of chicken breast, 10 ounce sweet potato, and spinach.
Oh.
Bon appetit. Excuse me,
I'm sitting here.
I'm not a chair.
You look like one.
All right, we are finally back after a very long day in Wilmingtin, Delaware. So, what did you think of Anime Arcana today?
I thought it was amazing. It's a very small convention. It's at a school, but it's not bad. It was a lot of people. There was a bunch of vendors. There was like 2 rooms for the vendors, but I felt like the way that they had it designed for people to go through was, you know, I felt like it was good. We were in a smaller room. There was another room, which was the gymnasium, and there was all the other vendors there. Despite all the vendors, a lot of more vendors being over there, where we were at today, we did really good.
What I really enjoyed about today was the fact that we were inside of a building as opposed to the last convention we did where we were outside. And don't get me wrong, it was really nice outside last time, but towards the tail end of the convention, you know, the wind started picking up, tables next to us, their things started falling over.
More than once.
Yeah, more than once. They're like, all right, it's time to wrap this up. Overall, I thought the convention was ran really well. All of the other vendors were really nice. The people that showed up to attend the convention today were really nice. And I'm really looking forward to doing another one in Delaware if that opportunity ever arises. Now, we talk finance.
Yes.
How do we do today?
So today, we spent $40 on the table. Our goal was 65. I set that to 65. I didn't want to like go as high as my last convention because I felt like as it was in a school that it was gonna have like a smaller traction, but boy was I wrong. The total we had today, we made $450, which is a total of $410 earnings. Since we both started vending, this is like our second best so far.
I would say a word of advice for anyone who's looking to get into the vending game, especially at these anime conventions, is to stay up to date with the modern anime. You know, because I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z nerd, but if I were to just sell that stuff that was popular back in the day, and like it's still around today, but it's not as hip as a lot of the other anime that's going on right now.
You know, sometimes nostalgia, like older animes, like fan arts of like people's older favorite anime, like Dragon Ball Z still counts as like one of the still popular despite it not being like currently aired compared to like Jujutsu Kaisen, Dungeon Meshi, well Dandadan kind of just left. You can just make what you want, even if it's like new or old. My only advice is make fan art for multiple fandoms, multiple shows. Like don't stick to just one. I did that at my first convention. Don't get me wrong, I did really well, but that was because Demon Slayer at the time was doing super good. But like afterwards, I only had Demon Slayer, and people don't want to just keep buying Demon Slayer. So it's good to like explore, but also indulge into your nostalgic like creativity if you like to, because there is money with it. With that
being said, today was a really, really good day. Good job.
Great job.
But guys, before we get out of here tonight, alright guys, we are back with the final meal of the day. This is meal number 5. And since I've been a good boy today, you know, I didn't have the pizza earlier. I had my 4 other meals for the day. And you know, when you go to these conventions, man, there's food trucks, there's vendors selling all type of pastries and whatnot, man. Everything be looking so good. And it's hard, but you gotta fight the temptation. But because of doing that, I'm able to reward myself at the end of the night. And this is a little dessert that I've been making as of late. And guys, this is my version of a protein banana pudding. And this, it's got a little weight to it. And this is under 350 calories. You know, you go anywhere and buy yourself a small banana pudding parfait, you're looking at 400, possibly 500 calories with a good amount of sugar. I'm using 0 sugar Jello mix. This entire carton, 80 calories. I got a whole banana in here. I got 4 vanilla wafers, a scoop of protein. Even during a diet, you can still go about having really, really good foods as long as you know what you're doing. Final meal of the night. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. If you guys liked what you're watching, please hit that subscribe, comment, and let me know what you guys think of these vlogs. I'm having a great time filming this content for you guys, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and I'll see you guys next time.